Hello, my name is Mariah Quick, and I will be walking you through our video tutorial on how to access quality data in the Flex Monitoring Team's CAHMPAS system. We will begin on the CAHMPAS portal's homepage. This can be accessed directly with the URL CAHMPAS.flexmonitoring.org, or you can find a link on the flexmonitoring.org homepage. On the CAHMPAS homepage, quality data can be accessed by clicking in the toolbar at the top of the screen, or by clicking the Quality button at the bottom of the homepage. Now that we have navigated to the quality data page, we can begin creating custom reports. The first step is selecting the state you're interested in seeing data for, or selecting the national view. We'll start with the national view and then take a look at state level reports. To do so, we'll leave the data view as national, select No for comparison, and then leave the data year at 2016. From here, we can view data for all quality measures nationally by clicking the View Data for All Measures button. This is what the data summary page looks like. At the top are two bars that show you the data view, year, and measures that have been selected. If you want to refine the outputs, that can be done from using these edit buttons. More on that later. Below these edit bars is a list of all the outputs generated from the original query, and then below the list of outputs are the actual tables and charts. You can click on any of the outputs in this list to jump down to the output you're interested in. From that output, you can click the Return to Summary button and be brought back to the top of the page. From the summary list, you also have the option of printing all of the outputs. Let's scroll down and take a look at the different kinds of outputs that are generated. First, we come across bar charts. When you hover over a bar, the bar is highlighted and we can see relevant data details pop up. In bar charts where there are more than one group, for example, inpatient and outpatient groups, use the legend to figure out what color goes with which of the bars. If you want to eliminate some of the bars that show up with an output by default, click on them and then they will disappear. If you want them to show back up again, just re-click. At the bottom of all figures, there is a button that allows you to print just that figure. Next, we see tables that show the state rankings. In these tables, whichever state you select will be highlighted. Since we chose the national view, only the national row is highlighted. These tables are sortable by any of the variables in the header. Just click the arrows next to the headers to resort the tables. All the quality data tables can be downloaded into an Excel spreadsheet. To do so, click the Download XLS button at the bottom of the table. Here is another table. It shows inpatient and outpatient process of care results. It looks slightly different than the rankings table, but it functions similarly. The table can be sorted by the different headers in the same way that the rankings tables could be. It's important to pay attention to the information provided in the footers of tables. The footers in this table indicate several things, including which measures are considered MBQIP core and which ones are considered MBQIP additional measures. Depending on what state or measures are selected, not all of the footnotes will be used. For example, in the national data, none of the measures have less than 25 patients, so this asterisk won't be found. Now let's take a look at a state report. We can quickly change what data we are looking at by using the edit buttons at the top of the Outputs page. Once a state has been selected, we have the option to compare it to another state. or states that have a similar number of CAHs, or states that are in the same geographic region. For this report, we will select no comparison and leave the year at 2016. From here, we can hit the View Data button, and the report will change to show us all of the outputs for Kansas. The state outputs for participation automatically include comparison data for other states in the selected region, states with a similar number of CAHs, and the national data. These can be hidden by clicking on them in the legend. When we scroll down to the state rankings table, the selected state is now highlighted in orange. In some of the tables, like this process of care table, data from the state may be highlighted in green or in red. This is done to indicate when the state's results are significantly different than all other CAHs in the United States. Green means that it's significantly better than all other CAHs nationally, and red means that it's significantly worse than all other CAHs. So these are the basics on how to make a state report with all the data and what the outputs look like. Let's go back to the top of the page and make a report that compares two states. We can start all over by clicking the Quality button up here, or we can just edit from the toolbar. We'll select Yes for comparison and switch it to Michigan. Now the output contains data for both of the states. Both of the states are represented in the bar charts as well as the national data. And again, just like the previous reports, if you want to remove one of the states, you can click on it to remove it. Scrolling down to the rankings table, the comparison state is now highlighted in purple. The data tables look similar to the tables when just one state was selected, but now there are additional columns for the comparison state. Looking at a table that has significance tests, it's important to note that the significance is indicating that the state performs significantly different than all other states, not that the two states perform significantly different from each other. If at any point you want to change the selected states or refine the measures, you can use the edit bars at the top of the screen to make edits. So far, we have just used the top edit button, which lets us change the data view. We can use the bottom edit button to change the measures. Here you can narrow which measures are displayed by choosing a measure category or selecting individual measures. Once you select an individual measure that you want to have included in the output, click the Add to Measure list. If you want to remove a selected measure, just click Remove next to it in the Measure Selection list. If you want to remove all the measures that you selected, you can click the Clear Selections. Once all the measures that you want to have included are on the list, click the Refine Data button or the View Data button, and then you'll be able to see the new outputs. The available outputs list is much shorter now because it only contains outputs for the selected measures, whereas before we were looking at all of the available data. When selecting individual measures, only those measures will appear in the relevant tables. For example, if we go to the median time table, only OP1 is displayed. The toolbars at the top of the page can be used to edit the displayed quality data over and over again. That wraps up our tutorial on how to use quality data portion of CAHMPAS. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or would like more information about the CAHMPAS system, please send us an email at monitoring, MONITORING, @flexmonitoring.org.